Excuse me. Page 40. Negative 2 root 3. H, I did this work yesterday. Root 5 over 2. And that one is 3 root 30 over 10. Twing, twing, twing. Pardon me? G. 12 divided by 6 is negative 2. 51 divided by 17 is 3. Okay. Anybody else? A. That is the root of 27 over the root of 10. That is the root of 9 times 3 over the root of 10. 3 comes out. 3 root 3 over the root of 10. The root of 10 is not allowed, so I multiply by root 10 over root 10. Root 10 times root 10 is 10. 3 times 10 is 3 root 30 over 10. Anybody else? There's only one more. Everybody's okay? Sweet. C. Ha ha ha. What page are we on? 41. CC. CC. So, that is, actually have to do that in my head a little. That is 3 root 24 times 10. No, that's a stupid way to do it, you dummy head. 4 times 4 times 15. Yes. So outcome, and that on the bottom is 4 times 9. 4 times 4 times... No. 16 times 9? No. 27 times 4. So 4 times 27, which is 4 times 9 times 3. Square root of 4 is 2. Out comes a 2. Square root of 4 is 2. Out comes a 2. So I have 12 root 15 over 2 and 3. 6 root 3. 12 divided by 6 is 2. 15 divided by 3 is root 5. Then D. D I actually did. 4 root 3. B. 3 root 10 minus root 5. F. 2 root 15 over 5. G. Root 6 over 15. K. Negative root... Can't even read my own writing. Who has an answer for that for me? Pardon me, Deepinder? Root 22 over 22. Okay. Oh, yeah, I could see that. And L, 10 root 15 over 3. And root 14 minus 2 over 2, or root 14 over 2 minus 1. They're the same thing. And B was 1/2 plus root 6 over 3. And A was 9 times 2, so that's 30 root 2 minus 4 times 6, 10 root 6 all over root 5. Nothing simplifies there, so I multiply by root 5 over root 5. everything's over 5. 30 root 10 minus 10 root 30. None of that simplifies from the radicals, but 5 goes into that, so it is 6 root 10 minus 2 root 30. Done. And 9 times 2, 45 root 2 minus 242 is 11 times 2, so minus 33 root 2 over negative 3 root 8. 45 minus 33 is 12 root 2 over negative 3 root 8. The 12 and the negative 3 cancel. Negative 4 root 2 over root 8. Multiply by root 8 over root 8. Negative 4 root 16 over 8. Negative 4 times 4 over 8 is negative 16 over 8, which is negative 2. I believe. I worked that very quickly. I am trusting I am right. I would look for corroboration from all of you, because all of you did your homework, right? So I should see 30 hands going up to say, good job, Mr. Myers, or 30 hands going up to say, you're an idiot. How can you not be able to do that? Which is it? Confused where? Which is the first one? A? So where? What is confusing?
I'm okay with the first part, but
tell me when to stop.
Okay. Stop.
That's where you're confused? What's 45 take away 33? 12, isn't it?
Oh, yeah.
So 12 root 2 is on the numerator over negative 3 root 8. Still okay?
Yeah.
Okay, what's 12 divided by negative 3? Negative 4 root 2 over root 8, because the negative 3 is canceled out. Okay, rationalize the denominator. Root 8 over root 8. Root 8 times root 8 is 8. Root 2 times root 8 is root 16. The root of 16 is 4. Negative 4 times positive 4 is negative 16 over 8. Negative 16 divided by 8 is negative 2. Everybody good with dividing and multiplying? Now, do you have to be this fast? Of course not. Do you have to be this good? Of course. Does everybody understand the difference? You have all seen me make numerous mistakes because I am trying to show you in 30 seconds what I give you 24 hours to do. Does everybody understand that? That is why I have no problems making mistakes. And it is why I get frustrated when you make simple mistakes when I give you 24 hours to do the same amount of work. Right? Okay. You need to be that good, because what we are going to do next takes everything from these last 2 pages and puts it all together. But I'm going to give your brain a moment to relax, because I'm going to give you your quiz first. Your quiz is only on adding and subtracting radicals. But in order to add and subtract radicals, you must also be able to simplify them. So even though the quiz isn't called simplifying radicals, you will need that skill. Okay? Now, you people have this thing whereby it makes some kind of difference to you how long a quiz is. I don't know why you all care so much, but I will tell you. It is 4 multiple choice questions, 1 simplifying of radicals with variables, 3 changing back and forth between simplified or mixed, depending, or between mixed or entire, and 2 open-ended adding and subtractings. But to do one of those questions, you need to remember distributive property, which we did on this page right here. That. So, at 2 minutes per multiple choice question, because the answers are all given to you right there, that is 8 minutes. 2 minutes to convert that one. That is 10 minutes. Those should be 1 minute each. That is 13 minutes. Those should be maximum of 2.5 minutes each. That is 18 minutes. And then a 2-minute cushion. 20 minutes to do this quiz. Okay? Okay. When you're done, we will be moving on. I will hand it out. You should have in front of you, even though you should not need it at all, a calculator, and you will need these, a pencil and an eraser. Knock yourself out. That's the list of times you're allowed to leave. You have now gone once this week. Twice per week. So you, my friend, used one up yesterday. It's going to be a long week for you. That's how many times you're allowed to leave the room every week. Because I'm tired of people wasting time in class and then telling me they didn't have time to get their homework done. Drives me up the wall, as a matter of fact. And it's tiring climbing the wall all the time, and I'm old and fat. When you get this, your 20 minutes will start. Everybody has their writing utensils in front of them. Everybody has an eraser. Everybody has a calculator. Because when my timer goes off next, you are stopping writing. So if you're wasting time to find a calculator while it is your writing time, that is your problem. Do I make myself clear? Excellent. Take one, pass the pile backwards. Take one, pass the pile backwards. I am going to be sitting right here doing a crossword. It will look like I am not paying attention to you. But I can look here and these things still work. So don't talk to anyone because I will hear you. Because I do not need to look at something to hear it. Okay? I don't know what happens with you people. It's a complicated process. Pass it back, pass it over, pass it up. I know, right? 42 now. Whoa, 42. Crazy talk. Now, before we can do anything here, we need to have a quick reminder of what happens with binomials. What's a binomial? Two monomials. What makes something a monomial? It's anything single with multiplication. As soon as I put in addition and subtraction, I got me a binomial, yes? 4x monomial plus 3y binomial. Okay? Everybody cool? What happens to a binomial if I square it? What does that become? 4x plus 3y times 4x plus 3y. And I would get an answer when I expanded it, yes? Everybody cool? Okay. What happens if I do 4x minus 3y and square that? Then what happens? Anything different? No. I get 4x minus 3y. 4x minus 3y. But something weird happens if I do 4x plus 3y times 4x minus 3y. What happens there? The middle term drops out. The xy term disappears because you have minus 4 times 3 and positive 4 times 3. So your xy term disappears. Everybody remembers that from old school, yeah? All right. Now, knowing what you know, look at this situation. What is yucky about that? What about that do you want to deal with? Damaris. You have radicals in the denominator. We know to get rid of radicals in the denominator, if there were only one of them, oops, that was my big white dot. I want my little white dot. If there was only one of them, what would we do? We would multiply by root 15 over root 15, correct? Okay. Well, what if there was no root 15? What would we multiply by? Root 10 over root 10. But there's both of them. So I have to multiply by both of them. But if I multiply by both of them, which one of these three will make the thing that I don't like disappear? Is it A, B, or C? C. C makes the mixed term disappear, doesn't it? So I see a minus, so I use plus. And this, ladies and gentlemen, is called the conjugate. The conjugate is the binomial with the opposite sign. We need this to have the radical drop out. I am highlighting the word conjugate. What does that mean? What does it mean when I highlight a word like that? That sounds mathy. It's important. I'm going to use that word all the time. I am not going to say the binomial with the opposite sign, because that's 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 words when only one word is needed. What is that one word? Conjugate. Everybody good? All right, so now, since we knew what we had to do here, and we already knew that if you changed the sign, the middle term would drop out, we already know how to do double distribution. Did you even need me to teach you how to do this? Or could you have figured it out on your own? Have I done it yet? Has everyone figured it out? Multiply by the opposite sign, and then double distribution. What is the root of 15 times the root of 15? 15. What is the root of 10 times the root of 10? 10. Negative and a positive minus 10. Now, some of you will say, what? What'd you just do there? Well, of course, like all good math teachers, we show you why it works. And then you promptly forget why it works and just learn the steps that you took to do it. I don't care about that. I make sure you see why. Root of 15 times the root of 15 is what? 15. Root of 15 times the root of 10 is positive root 150, correct? Root of negative 10 times the root of 15 is what? Negative root 150. Root of negative 10 times the root of positive 10 is negative 10. Positive 150 minus 150. What happens? Gone. What's left? 15 minus 10. What is 15 minus 10? 5. What happens on the top? No. 7 root 15 plus. Right. What is it? Root 7 times 15 plus root 7 times 10. Simplify that. Root 7 times 15 is 105 plus 7 times 10 is 70. Are we done? Can we? 105 is 3 times 5 times 7. No pairs. 70 is 2 times 5 times 7. No pairs. Am I done? Yes. Is this allowed? Why? Why? No radical in the denominator. Your denominator is rational, so you're okay. Is everybody good? Everyone is good? Wonderful. Now, you have all the tools you need. Okay? So we're going to talk through B and C, and I'm going to let you get working. Okay? What don't you like about B? There's roots in the denominator. It's a positive binomial, so we know we must multiply by a negative binomial, correct? And we know we need to get rid of the radicals, yes? So I know I need a root 3, and I know I need a root 2, yes? Now, when it was a monomial, did we care about the 2? Or did we just get rid of the radical? We just got rid of the radical. Do you think I need to care about the 2 here? Some of you are saying no, and some of you are saying yes. Let's experiment. If we don't care about the 2, what is 2 root 3 times root 3? That's 2 root 9, correct? And that 9 is going to become a 3, right? So we're going to get rid of that radical, aren't we? What is 2 root 3 times root 2? That's going to be minus 2 root 6. Agreed? Everyone agree? Okay. Then I switch to this one. Root 3 times root 2, or root 2 times root 3 is positive root 6. Did that disappear? So through experimentation, what did we learn? The coefficient matters when it's a binomial, doesn't it? So how many of you are going to remember that? Probably not too many, so let's write it down. Coefficients. I can't spell today. Coefficients are needed in the conjugate. Are they needed if it's just a monomial? No. Only in the conjugate. I'm going to highlight conjugate because I use it all the time. Everybody good? So now we recognize we got to have that 2 there, which means up top we got to have that 2 there. Now, the easy part of this is the denominator because I know those radicals are disappearing, don't I? So, what is 2 times 2? And root 3 times root 3? So, now here's where I get worried. Can I write 4 times 3? Or do you need to actually keep seeing 4 root 9 in the first step? I can't control you guys. I think 2 times 2 is 4, 3 times root 3 is 3, so 4 root 3. Or 4 times 3. That's what I see. Are you all okay with that? Okay. And then, what's root 2 times root 2? Minus 2. What is 4 root 3, or 4 times 3? 12 minus 2, which is 10. Everybody cool? Now, I would not do this way. I am following the denominator all the way down for you. Now what would I do? What would we do next? The numerator. It's just FOIL. What is 3 times 2? And what is 3 times 2? So that is 6 root 6. Minus 3 root 4. Plus 2 root 9 minus root 6. Can I do some simplifying there now? What is 6 root 6 minus 1 root 6? 5 root 6. What is the root of 4? So minus 3 times 2. What is the root of 9? Plus 2 times 3. 3 times 2 is what? Plus 2 times 3 is what? What is negative 6 plus 6? 0. And I am left with 5 root 6 over 10. Now, does everybody follow me to there? Is there anybody that cannot fathom how we got to there? Cool. Is it done? No. Why? 5 and 10 in a fraction. You would never leave that fraction, Mrs. Bad Crumble's class, would you? What is 5/10? 1/2. So this is, of course, would I ever write 1 root 6? No, it is root 6 over 2. And that is where I would stop. Is everybody good? What are you pointing at? Oh, it's your thumb. I thought you were pointing at something. I thought the screen died behind me. All right. Now look at C. C has one radical in there that I could simplify right now. Should I? I don't need to. Why? Not so much that it's small enough, but the radical's going to disappear, isn't it? Because it's in the denominator. So if you want, you could simplify that root 12, or you may not want to. But what am I multiplying by? If I don't simplify, what am I writing here? 3 root 12 minus plus 4 root 3. That's if I don't simplify. Then what's in the numerator? Same thing. Why? What value does this have? What value is that? 1. Multiplying by 1, does it change anything? Just changes the looks. So now I can go ahead and work this out. Do I care which way you go? Okay, do I care if you do all the denominator all the way down, then go back and do the numerator? No. Do I care if you do the numerator all the way down, and then go back and do the denominator? No. Do I care if you work between the two all the way down? No. Who is the only person that can tell you how this works for you? You. And the only way for you to know is to practice. So, let's go. This one I did the denominator all the way down. So on this one, I'll do the numerator all the way down. 6 root 24 plus 8 root 6. Yeah? Should I keep going or should I go to the denominator now? What works better for you people? Do the denominator now? Okay. 3 times 12, because the radicals disappear, minus 16 times 3, because the radicals disappear. Now let's simplify. 24 is 4 times 6, right? So what's coming out? 2. So I got 12 root 6 plus 8 root 6, because root 6 doesn't simplify. Over. What's 3 times 12? 36. What's 16 times 3? Oh, that's supposed to be 9 root 12. What's 9 times 12? Come on. That 12 times table's a monster, y'all. 108. Thank goodness for calculators. 108 minus, what's 16 times 3? 48. What is 12 root 6s plus 8 root 6s? 20 root 6s over, what's 108 minus 48? 60. Where do you see something we can simplify? 60 and 20. How many 20s go into 20? 1. So it's root 6. How many 20s go into 60? 3. And I stop there. Why? 6 divides by 3. Why am I stopping? Because this is a radical, and radicals can only work with other radicals, and coefficients can only work with other coefficients. Is everybody cool? All right. 43 and 44. 45, 46. Over today and tomorrow, we're going to do 43 to 46. You want to sit around in class with nothing to do? You could go all the way to 46. You will stop at 46. By the end of tomorrow, we will be done to 46. You do as much as you want because I'm giving you tomorrow's class to work on it. Well, half of tomorrow's class, I would say. So you decide. You are control of your time. Remember, today is slightly shortened because you are all going to homeroom to get your photos. You will notice I've added my last picture back there. You can tell by how different I look. Because I went and got the pictures at lunchtime. Yes, the hair creeps back and gets grayer. My hair keeps going gray, but at least I have less of it. Thanks, buddy. That needed a rim shot. Did you mean to do that? You accidentally kicked it right at the right time to give me a rim shot? You're the best, Louie. And it was